What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today we got a hybrid of two popular fragrances I didn't think we'd ever see together. That's coming up next, and this is Eau So Fraiche. Yo, what is good, Fresh fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a freshie. It really means a lot. And if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name is Mega Dave. This is my channel, Eau So Fraiche. I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love. And I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me two huge, fresh thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy the content. Also, think about subscribing and hitting me decent down on my belly. That lets you know when I'm uploading new content, because who knows, it could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. And today, as you heard from the intro, we got two extremely popular fragrances, one from the niche and one from the designer realm that I didn't think would ever go together, but here we are. We're talking about it. That's coming up next. And before we get going, I want to say that this video is sponsored by Pathwater. Don't we all hate those stupid, annoying plastic bottles that we get from the store? They're hard to throw away. We don't know where to put them in recycle, or we put them in the trash. And the worst part, you leave them alone for 5 minutes, you come back to drink them. It's like you dip straight out of an active volcano and drink it. It just doesn't hold the cold. That's where Pathwater comes in. Insulated, double-walled. It's like $2.50 for a bottle of this, 25 ounces. The best part, it's refillable. So it's fantastic for the environment. Solid construction, holds things ice cold for hours. This is what I use in between takes when I mess up or my throat gets dry or parched. I use this definitely. It's awesome. So if you're interested in checking it out, go check them out at drinkpathwater.com. Tell them Mega Dave sent you. All right, so this fragrance that I'm talking to is two powerhouses, two juggernauts, if you will. One being a vintage Resurrection series fragrance with the 2008 original formulation of the EDT's Dolce & Gabbana The One, which was a mainstay in most people's fragrance collections. If you've been around for some time, you probably have this, and we have one and only in the House of Duo already. And of course, the king himself, the king of niches, the one that took the world by storm, and the one that really just makes everything you put with it better, Creed Aventus. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, another one with Aventus in it. It's not another one. It's another one. This isn't just some run-of-the-mill, oh, let me just throw Aventus in here just because I got it. The Poseidon's just going to get washed away. Dolce & Gabbana is too strong, too much cardamom. You are dead wrong, and I'm going to show you. But before we get to all that, the fragrance I got is called One and Only Poseidon. All right, this fragrance is one of those that came with the drop, and it just blew my mind. We got a 5-drop, and I already did my live first impressions with you guys on Facebook. I'm going to upload it here to YouTube as well, so if you haven't seen it, that'll be down below. But it is one that stood out among the rest and among very unique fragrances, ones that could have overtaken fragrances very easy, and this one, to my nostrils, just blew my olfactory apart in my brain. Couldn't comprehend what it was smelling. But let me get to why you guys all came here and get to the scent breakdown. All right, I got my one and only Poseidon, a beast, and my handy dandy fresh strip. And we're gonna take this baby to paper. One giant plume of power. It is so good. Pineapple, bergamot, a nice little herbalish spice note in here from basil. Oh, it's so good. You imagine, just in your head, Creed Aventus, Poseidon, and the one and only Dolce & Gabbana The One. Imagine the notes that you love from that. You love the cardamom, right? You love the little herbal type note in the beginning. You love that sexy amber. But in the Poseidon side, you love that citrus and that pineapple. So right up front, very powerful and very forward 2.0 type juicy pineapple. Very good bergamot. So you get a nice freshness added to Dolce & Gabbana the one. So a little bit added freshness. It is just so good. It is well blended. And one of the things that stood out the most was how well blended this was already. A lot of times when you get a fragrance, sometimes one thing can be way more prevalent and in the base another one can be more prevalent, which is usually the case, especially when you take something like Aventus or the Poseidon lineup. That top note of the pineapple and the citruses are very, very strong. They project first and then it can wear down. Whereas this one, I really get a blend of both of the top notes. I get some from the one, but then you also get that super fresh, in your face pineapple that's like, hey, I'm here to mingle too. So that's what's so awesome about this. When we get to the mid, one of my all-time favorite notes is ginger. That baby here. We also have that super sexy, seductive cardamom that is known in the one. That's here as well. You get a good little tinge of blackcurrant and a healthy dose of jasmine to help round things out. So that super bright is wearing down just a little bit, and some of that good structure and that solid mid is hitting here, and it's going to be around for a long time. Something else that is amazing in here that you can definitely pick up to your nose is the orange blossom. So it just adds another little dimension. So you get quite a bit of layers from this. What would normally be a very simplistic fragrance, or two that we would smell 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, depending on who you are. And now you have something that's completely out of the box with two that kind of are in a box, if that makes any sense. Now, as always, she here. I've wore this. This is my second day in a row wearing it. As I said, they both came out. So as soon as I got the box, did my initial sniffs, straight on the skin. This is my scent of the day today. So I've had 2 full days to wear this. On the skin, fantastic tobacco. It's very nice, very masculine, but it is slightly sweetened from some vanilla that came through from the Poseidon as well. So it's not ultra dark. It has a little pick-me-up, if you will, and a little added sweetness to give it some more dimension and add some complexity to this base, which is already a superstar-laden note beast. Also, 2 more notes that are very prominent, especially from the Poseidon lineup, is that oak moss. There's some cedar in here. Very, very warm. And the ambergris, you can't forget about it. Those 3 by themselves already administer really good dosing of Viagra, but then you add in the birch, right? And the birch that we have in here, because it's twisted around with other stuff, so that smoky type of birch that you get from the Poseidon lineup is really subdued, but you can still smell it. You get a nice smoke. So it's not way smoke bomb because it is blended so well with the other notes, but it is prevalent. So for fans of smoke, you're going to get some, but it is subdued. It's nice. It's well rounded. So it doesn't really get ultra smoky and really vintage OG Poseidon, if you will, 11Z. It's definitely more rounded and definitely for the masses. So while we do get a very nice healthy dose of the Poseidon in the front, and in the bottom, we do get a nice, very good dose of Dolce & Gabbana the one, or the one and only. In the mid, a perfect blend together. But really, these notes, they pop out. You can distinguish notes as you pick them out. You're like, there's pineapple, there's apple. You can pick up the tobacco, you can pick up amber, you got cardamom, you pick it all up. It's not like you just get one piece thrown together with another piece and you're like, boom, we got us a fragrance. It's mediocre. This is awesome to the 10th degree. All right, now for longevity, all of that. So longevity, at least on my skin, in the current state it's in, I get about 8.5 hours. So very decent longevity, at least in my books. 8 hours, I think, is pretty solid. That's about run of the mill. And I can see it increasing as one and only got even better. Poseidon's already push off me, and that's the next thing. The push, I'm getting about 2 hours of good solid push thanks to that added pineapple that's in there and those citruses that really help bring it home. So you got a very good pusher. You got one that lasts for a very long time, and it's a super sexy compliment machine. Now, where to wear this, who can wear it, and all of that. As I say before, wear what you love what you wear. I do think in the beginning could definitely be very, very unisex. It's smooth, it's sweetened, it's got a good sultry, sexy vibe. When we get to the base though, is where things change a little bit, as it does get pretty woody, a little smoke and ambergris is in there, but nothing way out of hand. I definitely think, at least women, if you've worn either before, you'll pull this off just fine. If you're not afraid of the little bit of smoke and a little bit of the woods, you're gonna pull this and it's gonna smell great on you. Now, The dimension that the Poseidon adds to this really kicks it up a notch in terms of versatility and where you can wear it. Usually I would say this is meant for only nighttime, daytime, cool weather, that type of thing. But with that added pineapple, because it is so fresh, you could easily pull this off right now in the springtime. In the summertime, you can get some nighttime summer vibes if you wish. I don't think that you could rock this directly in front of the sun as it's beating and beaming on you, but if you like that type of thing, do it. If you're in an office type of situation, if you're going out to dinners, going out to meetings, and you're in a controlled environment, it's going to be a stunner. It's going to be phenomenal for dates. I can see a lot of people with this one making it a signature scent as well, because it does have two huge juggernaut fragrances mixed together, blended and put out. So it's going to smell way different until a lot of people start catching on that this is a beast fragrance and that it is amazing. And then it's going to start catching steam and it's going to lose some originality. But for right now, be ahead of the game and be the one with the one and Poseidon. So for this amazing hybrid, that's all I have. Until I come to you again, I want to thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Continue to be blessed and stay fresh. We got shorties on the floor.